Alright, this is my tack welder setup. It's also a standard tack welder. You can do bands with it, put auxiliaries on bands. Anyway, as you can see, I moved the contacts away in order to use this unit as a tack welder. And then I've just got two alligator clips like this and plugged into these ports here. And then you can set the level of tack strength right here. I've got it maxed out at level 5. And then when I want to tack something, like I just bent up a space maintainer here. Okay. I'll just take my leads like this. I'll take this and position my space maintainer right where I want it. Grab onto it somewhere like that. Got to make contact, and then basically just touch the other side, get it right where you want it, and touch, and then hit the pedal, which is under my right above my knee, so it's really easy to actuate. And come over here, tack that side down, and then it's in place. Now this is pretty handy even if you were just going to continue soldering, because now it's just right where you want it. Now I'm going to be laser welding this in a minute, so you can see my joints are really tight up against the band, and that's really the only way you can get away with lasering it. Soldering it, not so important, but that's what it looks like. Okay, now I've got the appliance over here at the laser, and I'm going to just make a quick adjustment. Basically, this is the argon delivery nozzle. The argon just flows right out, and the laser shot also comes right out, so it provides the shield gas so you don't get a porous weld. It's just standard stuff in welding, just standard argon. So anyway, generally when I weld, I usually just lay a ligature wire in with it just to beef up the weld, just because it's round wire, and this just fits right in the trough. And basically you just hit the foot pedal and just start tacking away. Just like that. That side's good. Now I reposition, start welding this side. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a knife, a lab knife, and just dislodge the thing off the band, or off the tooth. Basically just flip it over so you can access the other side of the wire. Okay, that side's done, and then you move on to your other wire, and you're almost finished. Okay, at that point it's done. Now I raise the focus so that it does more of a polishing action now, and I just go over the weld, if you like. kind of round off the sharpness of it. This one had a auxiliary I ground off of it, so I can kind of smooth that over too. I just don't want any of those jagged edges to hurt the patient off that auxiliary. It's pretty neat because this is a 10 power microscope, so you can see really fine detail. Okay. That's it. So you can see it's the joint's already shiny. It's really smooth, and you could just go clean it up and drop it in a bag and deliver it. Nothing to it. I tend to take it over to the lathe and just run it under the rag and just make it really bright. But the nice thing about this is when they go to deliver this, they've got a built-in step for the bite block to seat the appliance, and it's on both sides, so they can see it really easily, and then there's no bulk whatsoever, and you can position the wire right above the gingiva, so rather than having this fat blob of solder impinging on their gum tissue, it's just as thin as it was before, and rock solid. Won't ever break away from that band. And you can weld. You can actually weld a band back together. You can cut it down the. You can cut it and then overlap it slightly and laser weld that. If you ever had to deliver an appliance that had a loose-fitting band, you could actually customize that band. I tend to cut them where I'm going to be welding on top of anyway, so I would cut it here with scissors, and then I would cinch the band up, and then do my laser welding, and that's been successful. It's they just don't break. It's really neat, and you can see what you're doing under the microscope so well that you can really perfect the weld.